Have you ever noticed how some people don't care who won last night's match? Don't check scores, don't argue over teams, and somehow still seem calm, focused, and mentally present? Here's the psychology behind people who don't obsess over sports. And no, it doesn't mean they're boring, lazy, or missing out. It usually means something deeper. One, their dopamine doesn't depend on external wins. For many people, sports trigger dopamine, excitement, victory, belonging. But people who don't obsess over sports often get their dopamine internally, from learning, from creating, from personal progress. Psychology links this to intrinsic motivation. Their sense of reward comes from within, not from a team's success or failure. So when a match ends, their mood doesn't crash with it. Two, they're less driven by tribal identity. Sports are powerful because they create us versus them. Social identity theory explains this well. But people who don't obsess over sports often don't need group identity to feel whole. They don't define themselves by a jersey, a logo, or a rivalry. Their identity is quieter, more individual, and less reactive to collective emotion. Three, they protect their mental energy. Obsessing over sports takes time, attention, and emotional bandwidth. Some people subconsciously opt out because they're selective with what they invest energy in. Psychologists call this emotional regulation. They avoid emotional highs and lows they can't control, not because they don't care, but because peace matters more than stimulation. Four, they're often deep thinkers, not surface thrill seekers. Sports obsession is fast-paced, loud, and emotionally charged. People who don't connect with it often prefer slow dopamine, reflection, observation, meaningful conversations. This aligns with traits seen in introversion and high self-awareness. They'd rather understand life than escape it for 3 hours. Five, they don't need distraction to feel okay. Here's the uncomfortable truth. For some people, sports are a distraction from dissatisfaction, from stress, from emptiness. People who don't obsess over sports are often okay sitting with silence, with boredom, with their thoughts. That's a sign of emotional independence, not disinterest. So no, not caring about sports doesn't make someone less normal. It often means they're wired differently, calmer, more inward focused, less controlled by external excitement. And if you saw yourself in this video, you're not missing life. You're just living it in a quieter way. If this explains something you've always felt but never had words for, subscribe, because we decode the psychology most people never talk about.